Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
Audio bandwidth for the Daily Giz Wiz is provided by AOL Music and Spinner.com, where you can get free MP3s, exclusive interviews, and more. Video bandwidth for the Daily Giz Wiz is provided by CacheFly at CacheFly.com. It's time for the Daily Giz Wiz with Mad's maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1100 for Friday, May 28th, 2010. Autografx Electro-Cling Graphics.
And now, get ready for Dick.
At that silent moment, in the middle of a scream, a gadget's nightmare becomes his dream. The door creaks open just before the knock. He forgets the key, but opens the lock to Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
They're geeky and they're goofy, together they are loopy. When gadgets pass away, he takes them out to play. In Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the star of our show, Dick DeBartolo.
Leo, how you doing?
I'm great. Thanks to Rick Maxon, by the way, in Victorville, California, who wrote that little poem, and several more of which I'll be using next week and the week after.
Wow, so we have him to thank for 3 weeks in a row.
Of actual humor.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Wow. Yeah, no, it's very nice of you, Rick. Thank you.
No, I'm good. And you?
I'm great, Rick. Actually, does anybody ever call you Rick?
No.
Because you are
Richie.
Richie.
Well, hey, Richie. When
family
I was
calls
in Brooklyn,
you
hey, Richie,
Yeah.
you going out?
Hey, Richie.
Yeah, Richie.
Richie.
Richie DeBartolo.
Did you ever have a uncle like Tony Soprano?
No, the closest I had was Uncle, was it Uncle Vito?
Uncle Vito Corleone?
Something. He worked in the Brooklyn Navy Yard.
Oh.
And the best thing in the world was when my parents would go visit them, he would say, "Hey, Richie, why don't you go down the cellar, look around. If you find anything you like, take it."
Whoa.
And his cellar was like, he had every conceivable kind of nautical handle and doodad. And, it was great. Hey, can I take like a bunch of these stainless steel screws? Take 1,000 of them. I don't need them. Why do I need them? So I guess he was a kleptomaniac.
Uncle Richie. Yeah, he had a lot of things that fell off trucks there down in the back.
No, they fell off ships.
Uncle Vito.
So they were even bigger thing.
Yeah, they fell off a ship.
Yeah. Anyway, well, I forgot. Is your car, what the Mustang, is it red?
It's bright red. Candy apple red.
Candy apple red.
Yep.
And is there any decorations on it?
No, just no racing stripes, nothing. Nope.
Okay,
I did have fuzzy red dice briefly, but then I gave them to a French kid.
Oh, okay. Well, then this will be perfect for you. Now, they're no longer made. I could not find anything on Google except the name of the company that had copyrighted the name. They copyrighted the name in 1992. And they abandoned the name 8 years later. I guess a copyright, I think it runs 7 years, so maybe they gave them
a year. Is that all? Really? I better renew mine. I didn't realize.
Yes, I believe you have to renew it every 7 years. It is called the Autografx Electro-Cling Super Graphics. Now, this is a bizarre idea, Leo. What it is they are huge graphics that you can put on your car without actually touching the car or painting the car. Now, Electro-Cling, it really works because I showed these when I was working on CNBC, and CNBC's in Jersey, so they used to send the car for me. And so the week I was doing these, I said to the guy, listen, I have these bizarre decorations. They sent a black town car. I said, I'm going to lay these on the hood, and in theory, they are going to stay there until we get to CNBC, and which they did. They did. But what I thought, Leo, would be an absolutely wild practical joke would be like when you came home with your Mustang is the next morning for like Dane to come in and says, Leo, as a surprise, we had your Mustang painted with these
Those
very
are cool. Now, are they magnetic?
They are not magnetic.
They're just sticky.
It is. They're. You know what? They're not sticky anymore. I mean, they've been in the warehouse for 18
static
years.
cling, I think.
There's a static cling.
Yeah.
But the amazing thing is, you lay it on the hood of the car and you smooth it, get all the bubbles out.
Yeah.
But it did stay on the car. And when we got to Jersey and I took it off, there was no marks on the hood of the car. So, but evidently they were not a big seller because you never heard of them. I couldn't find nothing on Google or Bing except the name of the company. You know, there's a neat website. Let me just see if I found it here, called Trademarkia, Trademarkia. It says it's the world's largest search engine for trademarks, and that all the info they put up there is for free.
Trademarkia.
Trademarkia. I found out that the company got the trademark in 1992. They abandoned it in December of 2000. It's possibly for sale.
Huh.
So if you want to buy Autografx Electro-Cling Graphics.com.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, you better run and get it now.
Wow. Well, but it's nice because you could have different personalities for different days.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You know what? You could have TWiT logos.
Well, I've seen those magnetic. In fact, we thought about getting a magnetic.
Yeah, right. Oh, you're magnetic. Okay, this wasn't magnetic. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? You should get TWiT logo magnetic for when the IRS comes. Company car.
Not company car. You know what? It's a company car. The license plate is twit.tv. What more do we need?
Does it have the little period in it?
Well, it didn't, but I put a sticker on.
Oh, okay, because otherwise it wouldn't be, we wouldn't allow you a full tax deduction.
Yeah, I put it all there. And it is. And you know what? When you turn it on, TWiT logo comes up on the screen.
Oh, I was just going to say it lights up in neon. Now
it does too. It does that too. You've never taken a ride in my Mustang, have you?
No.
Oh, you've got to come for a ride.
I've walked behind it very slowly, but I've never.
Well, I didn't mean for you to get in it. I mean.
No. Okay.
No, just walk along beside is what I meant.
Yeah, that's what I did. I did.
No, I don't let anybody
Next time,
in there.
could you have the window down? Because I'd like to watch the sync system work.
It's a little distracting for me, if you don't mind.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Just know your place, Dick.
Yeah. No, I did. I did everything you said. I kept walking along next side going, it's Leo Laporte, the TechnoWiz. It's
right.
Leo Laporte.
Did you have the rose petals to strew ahead of us as we...
No.
Keychains.
I was throwing out keychains.
Oh, much better. Much better. Dick, it has been a fabulous week. Oh, wait a minute. Don't we have a letter?
Oh, yes.
We're
having so much fun.
We almost forgot this. And now the letter.
Our letter comes from Stephen from Circleville, Ohio. And he says, while listening to a recent episode of the Daily Giz Wiz, someone wrote about inflation and the cost of gadgets in today's market. It reminded me of a market piece story I heard just last week. The story was about investments in Apple gadgets versus the Apple stock. What if you purchased an equivalent amount of Apple stock instead of that first iPod?
Oh, you'd make much more money.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, unfortunately, it doesn't have the year here, but it said
2001.
For example, he quotes from the article. If you bought an Apple PowerBook G3 250,
okay,
at the original price of $57,000. If you bought $5,700 worth of Apple stock instead of the PowerBook G3 250, in today's stock market, that would be worth, in Apple stock, $330,000.
What?
Yes. The original iPod sold for $300. If you had bought Apple stock back then instead of the iPod, it would be worth $7,000 in today's stock. So maybe instead of a gadget warehouse, you should skip the gadgets and just buy the stock.
No kidding.
Yeah. I hate the show only because you do it just once a day. P.S. Tell Leo our pumpkin show beats his little butter and eggs thingy.
Oh,
so
he's in Half Moon Bay, I guess.
Oh, okay. So, well,
Yeah.
Circleville, Ohio.
Oh, okay. They have pumpkins there too, huh?
I guess they do, yeah. But that's kind of interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at the.
So, Leo, when would the PowerBook G3 250 have been?
That was 1997. So we're 13 years later.
13 years later, and a $5,700 investment is worth $330,000?
See, that's the problem, is that Apple stock has gone up quite a bit, but what if it hadn't?
Oh, there you go.
Right? That's the biggest,
you know,
that's the best investment.
Right.
You know.
You want to, yeah. Had I taken Steven's advice and bought stock in Autografx Electro-Cling Supergraphics.com.
There you go.
I would have nothing today.
Look at this one.
Instead, I have this Cling.
If you'd bought an iPhone 3GS in 2009 for $200, it'd be worth $375 in stock. So it's true that, I mean, even, you know, Apple stock has been going up very nicely, thank you. But it's not but see, this is a problem, is that people sometimes think the stock market only goes up over a period of time, and sometimes over even a very long period of time. It doesn't.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
My broker will take exception with that.
Yes. It always goes up, he says.
Yeah, it always goes up. It's just the fees that get bigger.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Hey, Dick, a great week, a really great week. So much fun, some great gadgets. If you want to follow Dick's website, go to GizWiz.Biz. All the gadgets are there. And he's on Twitter, too, as The GizWiz, TheGizWiz. And very popular there on Twitter. We won't mention your Facebook page because I'm off Facebook now.
No, I'll Leo Laporte on Facebook. You abandoned it. I just took it.
You know,
I mean,
better
it had
you than
photos and everything.
Yeah.
It had a lot of good
I
stuff.
hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it when you get poked by 1,000 people.
Oh, okay.
Dick, thank you so much. We'll see you next week on the Daily Giz
I'll
Wiz.
be here.
DAIL. Why? It's the